What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another edition of Movie Corner. Baby, I need an intro. I need a special intro for Movie Corner. I'm gonna have to work on that. Cause shout out to Jay Lee's Corner. Bobby didn't hook me up with Canva, okay? Like listen, I don't know where I've been and how come I haven't been on there. But I'm playing around. I'm trying to update. I'm trying to elevate. But we're back, and let me tell you something. I just want y'all to start looking for movie corners on either Saturday or Sunday. Just know that it's gonna come on the weekend because at one point I did give a specific day, and y'all see that it ain't really been girl. But I be giving it to y'all, okay? Cause listen, right about now it's 12:33 Sunday morning. I'm trying to get this to y'all so y'all can have something to watch in the morning, okay? While y'all cleaning up and eating breakfast or whatever. But this is I Know What You Did Last Summer. See, last week I did the whole Scream franchise. Now I'm doing the two movies that is I Know What You Did Last Summer and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I feel as though this particular franchise, even though it's really, really small, it only consists of two movies, it was actually good. And I feel as though they could have expounded on it and we could have got at least two more movies out of it. If Scream can get up to six movies and I feel like they coming out with a seventh, if Scream can do all of that, baby, I Know What You Did Last Summer could have did that. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that. And I Know What You Did Last Summer. I feel like what the issue was is the fact that you have actors in this movie franchise, these two movies that are actually out here doing other things and probably got involved with other shows and the scheduling and everything like that. And they probably didn't want to get typecast as, this one particular type of character that they can only play in horror movies or whatever, Scream Queens and all that, because you have Jennifer Love Hewitt who was in this, and she played Julie. She was the main character, and she's been gone ever since the show been over with. She's been on many shows. She's been on many shows that have been successful, that have multiple seasons on TV. Currently, she's on 911, and if y'all haven't watched that, y'all need to watch that. Ryan Phillippe, he plays Barry Cox on here, and he has been acting here and there on certain shows, not too much. And I will say with Ryan Phillippe, I don't know what's going on with him, because if you go look at some of his stuff, like some of the shows that he come on, either he's on there for one season or two seasons and then it get canceled. Like, what's going on? The last thing that I seen to me was Big Sky, and he was only on there for like one episode. I mean, they used his picture, they used his little image and everything to get us to watch. Granted, that first episode was everything. Go on Hulu and watch Big Sky. I mean, they canceled it after 3 seasons. Reba McEntire was in the third season, okay? That was something. I said, look at Reba, because I'm a survivor. Like, come on. Reba was doing her thing. And then you had Sarah Michelle Gellar. She was on here. She also played Buffy. She played Buffy, right? But also, I love the fact that the writer for I Know What You Did Last Summer is also the writer for Scream, like the first couple of Screams, okay? Kevin Williamson. So you can kind of tell. And then, Sarah Michelle Gellar, she was also in Scream 2. She played Cece. She got thrown over that building at the sorority house. I said, ma'am, you do not have any luck with just staying alive in these horror movies or whatever. That's not I don't know. Girl, you got that. But let's just talk about the characters for a second. Mind you, this movie came out in 97, all right? So the end of the 90s, really nice. Like I said, you got Barry Cox. He is like this spoiled rich boy. I believe he plays sports. I think he was playing football. He was a quarterback. I looked at him and I said, what? You a what? Baby, you need to bulk up a little bit, okay? You look a little frail. You look like a bench player, okay? Meanwhile, you got Helen. She's a pageant girl. When the movie first comes on, everybody is at the pageant supporting her, and then they go to a party on the beach. Then they go to an isolated part of the beach where they just, do their thing at and all that. You see Helen, they come together, they're talking about stuff, doing like scary stories and all that, and then they separate, and you got Helen and Barry going to their particular area to do what they do, and then you got Julie and Ray. Ray is another character. You got him and her going together, and they're doing their little thing because finally, I guess she gives it up, you know. And Ray is the type of person where I feel like Julie's supposed to be, and I hate to compare the movies, but that's just what it is. Julie's definitely the Sydney of the show. Okay, um, she's the main character. That's just what it is. She's with Ray. Ray is the one that you know because they're in this small town. It's like a fisherman town, um, and a lot it seems like one of those towns where you don't want to grow up to, nobody says I want to grow up to be a fisherman and to stay here all this time. Like, you have aspirations to get out of it, you know, so that's why you want to go to college. So they all going to college, they all have big dreams. I think Julie, correct me if I'm wrong, once she was trying to be a writer or something or whatever, she did get accepted to college. She was going. Ray was the only one that didn't get out of the town per se. He actually followed, I guess, in his father's footstep or whoever's footstep, and he got stuck with being a fisherman, you know. Also, you have Barry, like he went to college probably on a scholarship or something because he played sports, and then you have Helen, who felt like she was gonna go out there, go to New York, be this actress or something, and you know, make it big. Meanwhile, speaking of Helen, Helen got a big sister named Elsa, and Elsa is a hater. Okay, Elsa was a hater, and I just didn't understand what happened. Okay, I just want to know what was going on. I feel like with Elsa, because it seems like the attention was all put on Helen because she was the youngest. You know, I guess she was the prettier one. I don't know. But Elsa was older, and it seems as though she wasn't allowed to, you know, follow her dreams, and to get out of that town, she was basically forced to take over the family business or to work into the family business because they had like this clothing shop, you know, that's what it was. And so every time Helen would say something about she's going to New York and she's going to be an actress, she's going to do this, and Elsa would have something smart to say. Every time she came onto the scene, she had something smart and negative to say about Helen. And I said, I need them to fight. I need them to fight because Elsa just doing a lot. I said, Elsa, let it go. All right, let it go. Baby, because at the end of the day, you could have opened up your mouth and you could have said, no, I'm going to go. I'm going to go follow my dreams. I'm not going to stay here in this town and be doing absolutely nothing with my life. Girl, you just mad because your sister had little aspirations, but I get it at the same time. Again, like I said, it do seem like a lot more attention was put on Helen, so of course. Meanwhile, it's while they was out there, mind you, this is the 4th of July. They said in Southport, North Carolina. I said North Carolina. North Carolina? What's going on? They was having a little celebration on the beach, like I said. The other ones, they branched off from the big crowd, went to an isolated part. You know, they do what they do, finally knocking boots. I said, always sex in these pictures, always sex. And so they get ready to go, right? At this point, Barry is sloshed. He is drunk. He has this car that's, I guess, like a BMW or whatever, you know, his prized possession. I don't let anybody drive my car. I don't let nobody drive my car. Ray like, listen, bro, you are drunk as hell. Let me drive your car. So Ray had to drive the car. They're driving down the highway, right? The street and all that stuff. He is out the window. He's got the bottle of liquor. He just drunk as ever. And then, you know, Ray trying to get him to sit down, which distracts him as he's driving, and he winds up hitting somebody. I said, oh, Lord, here we go. They wind up hitting somebody. They get out, and they trying to see who it is. While they trying to figure out what's going on, this dude pull up. What his name is? He played off of Johnny Galecki. He played on The Big Bang, and he played on, for my older heads, he played on Roseanne. He was Darlene's boyfriend. His name Max. He pull up, and he trying to see what's going on, because Max got a thing for Julie. Julie ain't got a thing for him. Okay, Max got a thing for Julie, and Max can't stand Ray because Ray got Julie. That's just what it is. So, they try to lie, say everything's cool, you can just roll on through or whatever, quit being nosy, go do what you gotta do, Max. Okay, I said you don't want to be involved in this. Baby Ashley wouldn't have stopped. I'm sorry, I probably would have called the cops for y'all to give them assistance, but it's dark outside. It's people that I know I don't get along with. I'm already have my suspicions up, and I'm gonna be like, no, girl, we gotta go. We gotta go. Keep on rolling. Keep on rolling. Mind your business, okay? That's the key word. Meanwhile, they wind up seeing who this man is. The man wasn't moving or nothing. He bloodied or whatever because you just hit him. You just hit him. And so instead of just saying, oh my God, let's call 911 and just tell them it was an accident. I was driving, it was an accident. They decided to do a hit and run and not run. They decided to hit this man, get him up, and throw him up in the water. I said, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. And then when they was about to throw him in the water, his body twitched and he wound up grabbing Helen's crown, right? And so this forces Barry to jump into the water to get the crown so they won't have no evidence, because if he would have kept the crown, they would have known who did it, because who only had the crown at the pageant? Helen. All right. And so when they get out, it's the whole thing. Let's make this pact about ain't nobody gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? We take this to our grave. Y'all remember that on Scary Movie too? I'm scared. We take this to our grave. Baby, you have got to watch. If you watch Scream and then you watch I Know What You Did Last Summer, both movies and all the Scream movies, you have to watch Scary Movie 1 and 2 right after. Okay? Because hilarious. Hilarious. But he get all up in her face because Julie really wasn't here for it. I think Julie just wanted, she didn't want that on her conscience. She's like, we could have called the cops or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But at this point, Barry all up in her face and got her about it. I said, excuse me. Now, Ray, you should have punched him in the head right then and there, okay? Because what you're not going to do is put your hands on my woman. You ain't going to put your hands on any woman, but you're not going to put your hands on my woman. For sure, all right? And it reminds me on Scary Movie 1, when old boy was choking old girl, and she said, say it, we take it to her grave. And she couldn't say that because you was choking her. That was funny. But I'm just sitting here like, leave her alone. Okay, she get it. And so at this point, this whole situation just changes the course of all of their lives. And it's like, what if they never hit anybody? Or what if they did hit somebody, they actually just called the police and did the right thing, how things would have fared. So they basically part ways and try to go about things the way that they thought life was going to go. You have Julie and everybody going to college. Of course, Ray stays in town because he's a fisherman now, and it's 1 year later. It's 1 year later, and we see the life sucked out of Julie. Julie don't look like the girl that we saw when we first saw her. Baby, Julie ain't got no color. She already a white woman, okay? But she a white woman, that had a little oomph to her. You know what I'm saying? She had her hair little curl. Her hair had a little bit of body to it and everything. Her skin was glowing and all of that. Girl, 1 year later, when she finally come back home from college that she was flunking out of, okay, because she couldn't concentrate. Baby, she come back home and we look at Julie. Julie ain't got no color. She pale like Casper. Her ends are split. They raggedy. Okay, she look like she don't shower every day. Well, that's what y'all. I'ma shut up on that one, but she do look like she probably take a shower every other week. Mama is depressed. Mama is depressed. Mama is just her guilty conscience because of the whole incident. And so when she go home, she couldn't even eat. Next thing you know, it's a letter that was addressed to her, said Julie James. So she look at the letter, her mama give it to her, mama walk out, and she gets it and she looks at it. I said, now come on girl, stop it, you being too dramatic for me. Okay, but I don't know how I would feel if somebody would have popped up and said, bitch, I see what you did to, you think I ain't see that? You think ain't nobody see what you did? Just know that I know what you did. I know what you know, what I know what you know. Okay? That's just what it was. I said, oh, Julie, what happened? Girl, it was a sign that said, I know what you did last summer. I said, oh, who did it? So now Julie a little paranoid, okay? It's a little windy out there. She's scared in the house because she like, girl, what's going on? So now she got to go through the town and she trying to see where everybody at. All right. Basically everybody is back for like what, summer break or whatever break it is. She driving around. She goes try to see where Helen is at. Um, so she goes over there to Helen's family shop and trying to get a number for them because ever since then, basically everybody has cut off communication, or at least Julie has cut off communication and don't know what's going on with everybody because she just can't bear to be associated with that after seeing everything that happened and the fact that they had to be quiet about this whole thing and keep the secret. Girl, she go over there to the shop. Elsa over there running things. Elsa like, girl, look who is this? And she was like, hey, girl, I just want to know where Helen. I need to talk to her about some stuff. You got a number for her? Watch she out there in New York. Elsa was like, Elsa couldn't wait to put this out here. She was like, listen, girl, you say New York. That bitch ain't in New York. That bitch is right upstairs, okay? Like, she at the crib. She here. There she go right there. I said, damn, she couldn't wait. I said, Elsa, you got such a hater spirit. You know, that's probably what happened to you, okay? Because you got too much hate in your heart for your own sibling, you know? And so, basically, New York and that acting shit didn't work out for Miss Helen. And so, you know, Julie and her, they had a little conversation. And she had to show her the sign that she got, the little note or whatever. I know what you did last summer and all that stuff. And so now this goes and have everybody want to get together and see what's happening, okay? And so we get the crew back together. We got Matt, no, not Max, but we get Barry. We get Barry, who... Barry is just like high sprung. And I just wanted to know, was Barry on roids? Because he was just angry. All right? He was just really angry. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, basically, I feel like it was Max, you know, because Max is just a hater in a sense that I won't necessarily call him a hater, but it's one of those things where it's like a class system. Max has an issue with the fact that basically Barry and people like him are rich and they ain't really got to do stuff, whereas he is the type of person, what is it called, blue collar, that actually got to work and do things with their hands and don't have that much money and they have to work for a living for real, and nothing is handed down to them. So yeah, he got that type of situation. So now Barry feel like, well, Max ain't never really messed with us like that and he always had an issue with us, so I feel like he the one that got it and he the one that did it. And they had to go find Ray. At one point, they probably suspected Ray. I said, girl, what's going on? Okay, like Ray ain't do this, you know. Meanwhile, after that, they thinking Max did it. Girl, Max wound up being at the Fisher place. And he in the back putting the fish up. He in the back with the block of ice. He hit something. Girl, next thing you know, somebody come out with a hook and a slicker, okay? A fisherman slicker, and just hooked his ass up. I said, God damn, right up in there. I said, you know what? It was giving very much Candyman. Now, some of y'all are scared of Candyman. I don't understand why. But y'all are. But it was giving pretty much that because it was a hook as well. But, you know, it is what it is, okay? And so... later that night, Barry gets a note while he was over there he went to a gym and he was getting his little boxing on. He comes out from the shower. He opens up his locker. He see a little picture, whatever they said. I know what you did last summer. I know. You know what I'm saying? And so he pissed off. Girl, he go outside. Mr. Slicker Man, dude, he got his car and he just running Barry ragged and wound up hitting that motherfucker. Okay? He winds up going to the hospital. They trying to see what's going on. Helen gets the same message. Now see, when it comes down to the messages, first Julie got one. She got an actual little postcard message. And then when it comes to the next person, Barry gets that picture up in his locker. And then Helen, she wakes up. Once she gets home, baby, I feel like that was Elsa that did that. When it comes down to Helen, baby, girl, Helen had got chopped up while she was asleep. She woke up and she was like, oh my God, oh my God. Now, see, that's one thing that I got to feel about. Like, what if something happened to my hair? What if something happened to my hair? Okay, that, ooh, I don't play with it, baby. And so I felt Helen on that part. You know, sometimes it just, ooh, Lord. Girl, she looked up in the mirror and it was like, I know what you did last summer. And she was like, oh my God, oh my God. It said soon or something like that. I said, child, y'all need to get some protection. All right, Barry in the hospital, your hair chopped up. Julie ain't ate in 3 years. Okay, like it's just a lot that's going on. And Max dead, and y'all don't even know. Okay, like Ray, what's going on? Ain't nothing happening to Ray. Baby, at this point in time, this called Julie to want to just go ahead and research some stuff. And so she finds out about this boy, what's his name, Ben Willis or whatever, and thinking that, you know, he the one that was doing this, or he the one that she had killed. What's his name? Billy Blue? David Egan. There it is. David Egan was the one that they had killed, and she had found information of where he lived at, or where his sister lived at, played by, may she rest in peace, Anne Heche. Missy was crazy. I feel like Missy was just so stuck up in that backwoods that she just didn't have no company, and she just welcomed the little communication that she had, even though it was stupid, okay? Because who does this? Girl, I know it was 1997, but we ain't inviting people up into our house just to use the telephone because their car broke down. Girl, no, okay? And Julie and Helen had went over there to talk to that lady, just to scope it out, to try to see if this really was the person, but without saying that I killed your brother. And they happened to do that a couple of times before she caught on to something that was going on. And come to find out, it wasn't her brother. Her brother actually committed, unalived himself, you know. And so now they've realized that they got the wrong person. At one point, Julie had came outside and she opened up the trunk of her car and there was a whole bunch of crabs in the car. I said, oh, that's a sign. She was like, and a dead body up in there too. I think it was Max's dead body. It was like, oh my God, let me tell you something. Jennifer Love Hewitt, they got the right person to, because she be emoting these expressions. I be like, girl, you be doing a lot. You be doing a lot, but you be doing it, but it be a lot, okay? I said, are you really going through this? She said, yes, I'm a method actress. I said, all right. You do what you gotta do, mama. I ain't complaining about it. And so they do all of that, and she's just scared and everything. And so she called everybody to come down there. Baby, they open up the trunk. Ain't nothing up in that trunk. I said, now, who is cleaning this shit up like that? Who took all them crabs out? Was she hallucinating it? I said, I don't think so. I really feel like it was there. It was there. It had to be, you know? And at one point, I think that was when that infamous line come from, when she was like, what do you want from me? Huh? What do you want from me? What are you waiting for? Girl, y'all about to die. That's what y'all waiting for. Later on, you know, at one point they did suspect Ray, I think. But moving right along, because this is when things start to get a little hectic. It was a beauty pageant that Helen was at. She winds up winning, but she was doing the acting monologue, right? And she got interrupted because, you know, she sees up there that Barry is getting killed. He is getting his ass killed up, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, she's going off and she was like, the person killing and talking about the slicker man and everything. So they give her an escort home and they go up there, they look up and see if he's up there. There's no body, okay? So now they think that Helen is kind of cray-cray. And she's really not. She's just going through the motions because she knows what she saw. And what she saw was her man getting killed, right? And this killer is just playing games with them, right? And so as she's in the police car, the police officer, see, I just don't like this. And we see this go on today. Sometimes these police officers really don't take people serious. And I didn't like the way that he was treating her and making her feel like she's stupid or whatever, making fun of her, or the fact that she was talking about this. And that's why his ass wound up getting killed in the alley. okay? And so now she got to run, and she getting chased and everything. She wind up going into her store. Girl, she get her sister to open up the door because the sister was taking too long. I said, Elsa, what is your problem? Open up the goddamn door. You see this lady is in distress. I mean, somebody could be after her, which it was, and you gonna just say, what are you doing here? Oh my God, what are you doing? You're so dramatic. That's how she was. I said, damn, bitch, you don't care a lick about your sister, all right? Next thing you know, Elsa was the next person to die. I said, see, that's what she get. No shade. She was telling her to lock the door and all that stuff. She was taking forever. Girl, next thing you know, Elsa was out the paint. Child, Helen running. She all up in the office. She jumping out windows. She running down. The parade is coming. Girl, that man still came up on her and killed her ass. I said, oh, poor Helen. Poor Helen. You gone, okay? The next person that was gone, while the parade is going on, Julia's out there. I think she finds Ray. And then she finds an article mentioning Ben Willis. And then she realizes that Ben Willis is the actual killer that they killed. And so, you know, she links up with Ray. She sees somebody in a slicker that's running after her. And it really wasn't. No, she thought it was Ray. Because Ray had a boat that said Billy Blue or something like that. A similar name that was like a trigger or something that the person had that was supposed to be the killer that came over there to talk to Missy. So this gave, and they had no idea that Ray had actually went over there to talk to Missy too. And so, you know, now Julie don't trust Ray. She's running away from him. And then this random guy was like, hey, you're in trouble? You need help? Come on aboard this boat. I said, so you just gonna go on people random boats just like that? Really? We just going on people boats? We don't even know them. And they don't even know what's going on. And nobody else is around. I said, I mean, I guess you in trouble or whatever. But I just wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't do that. That man started rolling that boat out. And I said, now, hey, what a wonderful type of day. I said, why? Why are we doing this? I know you're trying to help me, but why are we rolling out to sea and everything? This don't feel right. Girl, come to find out, that was the killer. That was Mr. Ben Willis. Had her all up in that boat going crazy. And thank God Ray had popped up on the boat. I said, see, that's a man right there. That's a man right there. He said, I ain't no killer, but don't test me, all right? You know, and they just playing hide and seek on this damn little boat. It was like, if you kill somebody and you're going to dispose their body, make sure they dead. I said, goddamn, you know what, Mr. Slicker Man? You made a point right there. You made a point right there. And, you know, at the end of the day, he had every right to be upset. He had every right to be upset because what you not going to do? You're not going to hit me and then throw me up in the water. Okay, and I'm still alive. You know, I may have not pressed charges on you. And I'm definitely finna do some stuff to you. But at the end of the day, he wound up trying to take them out. And his hand wound up getting caught up in this rope thing or whatever. And I think Ray pulled it up and his hand got chopped off. And he fell into the water. And I was just sitting here like, they was like, oh my God, he's gone. He's gone. And I was just like, no, we're not. When I first saw that movie, I said, I don't think that's the end of it. And this was before we even knew that a second movie was coming. I said, that's not the end of it because they never found his body. When they pulled the rope thing, his arm was still up in there. His hand had been dislocated and cut off with the hook in it. But other than that, we didn't see the body. I said, all right, girl, if that's what you feel, you want to do that, and you want to go that route, baby girl. But that was I Know What You Did Last Summer. Then there comes I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. And honestly, I feel like I still Know What You Did Last Summer a little bit more than I do the first one. And that's because there's a lot more black people in there. Mekhi Phifer was in it. Brandy was in it. You know. Then you had Jack Black in it playing like a little island dude with dreads. the dirtiest, nastiest looking dress, and he was a weed head. It was so stereotypical, and I just didn't like his character at all. I didn't like it. You're on an island and you're being a typical, let me sell you some weed, and then you have locks in your hair. And I was just like, ugh. So it's literally in 1998, 1 year after all of this stuff. Baby, the way that this movie opens up, um, it was a mind freak because we see Julie going to confession at the church, right? And we hear her confessing her sins about what she did with her friends and what happened and the fact that the friends wound up dying. And then all of a sudden you hear the priest say, I know. And then you hear the voice, and the voice sounds exactly like the killer is first movie, Bill Willis. And so she was like, what? He was like, I know what you did last summer. He was finna come through the confessional booth, and she screams so loud. Come to find out, mommy's up in school in a class. She had fell asleep. I said, see, that is embarrassing, all right? It's one thing to be going through the things that you're going through, but you're going to fall asleep and have a nightmare in class like that. That is embarrassing as hell, all right? And the teacher making fun. And then you got this dude, what's his name, girl? Will Benson. I said, why, Will, is you here? Will was all up under Julie. Will was giving me the feel like Max. Because Max in the first movie, he wanted Julie. But in this movie, Will was like a puppy dog under Julie. Anything she wanted done, he'll do. You got her friend who was her roommate, Carla, who played by Brandy, who was trying to hook her up with Will. I ain't like the fact that they had Brandy pushing this man on her. Like, come on. If I don't hook me up with nobody. And if I say I'm not interested, please don't do that. Brandy was with Mekhi Phifer. Okay. His character was called Terrell. And they hadn't even been together that long. But Terrell been trying to get some ass from Brandy, or I should say from Carla. And it just wasn't happening, Carla was trying to get, what's her name, out the house. Ray was supposed to come down there, or she was supposed to come down to Southport because of their anniversary. He was going to propose to her. It wound up not happening because they go to the club. She wound up seeing Mr. Slicker Man. She thinking that all of this is over with, and she like, maybe my mind is just playing tricks on me. Y'all saw that one part where Carla said, get up there and dance, and Terrell was like, you want to dance? And she was like, you ain't seen my people dance, we do that. That was funny to me. I said, girl, at least you know. Jennifer Love Hewitt would do a song for this one too. What I do, yeah. What I do, I don't know. It was cute. It was a little bop. And so while she was up in the club, she saw the Slicker Man. Girl, she got up out of there, okay? The next day, she at the house, and then they get a call from the radio station. I think Carla had called the radio station, or somebody had called the radio station. The radio station called them, something. Either way, they was like, you win a trip to, where was they going? Tower Bay, and a vacation in the Bahamas. That's where they was going. They was going to the Bahamas. And it was like a radio station type of situation. It was like, name the capital of Brazil. And they said Rio de Janeiro, something like that. They said the wrong thing, right? And they was loud with it. They was confident when they was like, did you say Rio? Yes. And I was like, you are correct. And I was like, I don't think that's the capital. Mm-hmm. And so, they happy. They got this free trip. They finna go to the Bahamas. And, Julie feeling like, oh, hold on, because I was going to go down there to Ray. And she was like, Carla was like, bring him on. And if he can't understand that, like, it's a free trip to the Bahamas. Baby, Ray got upset and said, oh, so you can't come down here, but you can go to the Bahamas. I said, now, Ray, what is your problem? Baby, you think that somebody gonna stay? You need to get out. You need to get out, okay? You should be tired of smelling fish, And I ain't talking about the good fish. I'm talking about the fish of the sea, baby. Okay? Like, you should be tired of smelling that funk. You know? Like get out. Get out the town for a minute. And so, because he didn't come and he gets up in his feelings, Will winds up going, and it's Julie, Will, Carla, and Terrell. So over there back at Southport, you got Ray with his friend. They're in the car, they're singing. They see this body in the street while they're driving. Mind you, this is the same road that all this stuff happened in the first movie. And I said, it's deja vu, and I need you to keep on riding, okay? Do not stop, just call the cops and let it go. Baby, they said no. Ray said no. Ray said, let me check and see what's going on. Girl, he checked and see what's going on, and it was a dummy dressed up like a real person. And next thing you know, he turned around, and the friend in the car just got gutted. Got his just got killed, okay? Because Mr. Slicker Man is back. Girl, he started chasing Ray down. He winds up getting injured so bad he had to go to the hospital. Instead of staying at the hospital, he jumps out the window or some way, somehow. Like, he leaves, okay? Because they weren't going to let him out. Baby, he gets there. He's so bruised up. He go to a pawn shop. He trying to get a gun. And he trying to get a ticket to a bus. And then to get out there to the Bahamas. Now, they going to this certain parts of the Bahamas where you got to get on a little plane and then a boat to get there, right? And then they going during rainy season. And I said, like, come on. Y'all don't research stuff. I know this 1998 or whatever. But if I'm going to somebody else's country or even to another state, I'm going to research. All right, y'all literally going to another country, okay? And it's the Caribbean. And you are out here at the Bahamas. And you don't know that there are hurricane seasons and all these other type of seasons stuff. I said, oh my God, y'all are crazy. Y'all just heard free trips. I get it. I get it. I still would have researched it. And so it was all a setup. It's so convenient that this is all happening during hurricane season. And then the day that they get there, it's the last day that they can get off the island for a couple of days, because all the boats and everything's going to be locked up because it's hurricane season. The storm is coming. So now they're trapped there. So while they're there, of course, Carla is still trying to get Will Julie, and Julie just not taking it. Will want to have a flower for her. Will want to do nice stuff for her, but it's just not happening. They at one point go down to have karaoke, do karaoke or whatever, and Julie was into it, you know, and the bartender was hating because Julie was sounding good. She said, damn, why they always trying to sing and sound good or whatever? Everybody's a damn singer, you know. I said, don't hate, girl. She giving you a little bit of entertainment because it looked like you was bored, okay? Next thing you know, while she was looking at the words on the little karaoke machine, the screen came up and it said, I still know what you did with last summer. And so she freaks out and was like, he's here. And she leaves, okay? So at this point, Will try to go see what's going on with her, startles her when she comes out out the bathroom, and, you know, breaks some glass or whatever. Terrell up in there trying to get some ass. They go to the pool, not the pool, the jacuzzi. Jack Black character, he comes over there. He's still trying to sell some weed to him. Just being a pain in the ass, okay, and very annoying. You got Titus, the dockhand dude, who got this fake accent. You know, he winds up getting killed. I said, you know what? It don't pay to be in a horror movie because you ain't even got to do nothing. You ain't even got to have no connection to these people, and you just wind up losing your life just because you there. I said, child, what Titus do? Besides the fact that he had a fake accent, you gonna kill him for that? I said, you know what? That's messed up. Terrell thought he was finna get some ass up in that jacuzzi, but then here come Jack Black that messed it up. And then you have Will that comes out there and he interrupts and stuff. Will couldn't pick up on no social clues. No social cues and nothing like that. He just gonna come and do whatever he gotta do. Regardless of what y'all got playing going on, he gonna sit there and be with you. And so at this point, Julie had opened up her closet in her room, and I think it was Titus, the dockhand guy, and she saw him hanging up in there. She was like, oh my God, she's screaming, and she come running out. She was like, help, it's a killer. So you got the hotel manager who was a bitch too. You know, I think he was just tired of these people just coming in and everything. He was ready to go to sleep. And by the time they come up in there to see what was going on, baby, wasn't nobody up in there. I said, who is cleaning up all of this stuff so quick? Girl, y'all are good. Y'all need to come clean up my place. Like, listen, I did a deep clean today. Well, I should say yesterday because today is Sunday. Yesterday. Baby, when I tell you it deep clean, it deep clean. I'm so goddamn tired. I took like 2 hours to do all of this stuff. I mean, I cleaned everything. Bitch. Whew. I was like, oh. I don't see how y'all be doing cleaning services. I don't want to come to nobody else's house and clean that shit. And then I gotta go home and clean my stuff. No. Anyway, so you got that. And, you know, she trying to get off the island, baby. Can't nobody get off the island. And then the phone lines are down. Phone lines are down. The next person to go is, you know, what's his name? Jack Black. He up in there in his little place, and he's smoking weed and everything. Next thing you know, Mr. Slicker Man up in his place. Girl, he took this thing and he stabbed him in the hand, and then he took this goddamn, I don't know what it's called, but it was like a big ass scissor type of shit, bitch, and went right through his chest. I said, oh my God. I mean, you know what? I didn't really feel bad that he left because I was tired of him. I was tired of him, right? And so at this point, you know, everybody's sleeping in the same bed because of Julie. And they're kind of mad at her. They're like over it because what is going on? You're not telling us everything. And so at this point, the next day it's raining. And the men go separately to someplace. And the girls, they go to work out. Carla go work out. Julie goes to the sauna. She gets in a little tanning bed. While she up in that tanning bed, while somebody came to put some zip ties on the damn tanning bed and close her ass in there, and the whole time I'm thinking about Final Destination 2. No, Final Destination 3. Every time I rewatch this, I think about Final Destination 3 when they had them girls had burnt up in that tanning bed. It ain't funny, but it's funny. I said, oh my goodness, that is terrible. I said, Julie, get out. Julie started freaking out. I said, bitch, I would have, get out. Girl, at this point, Carla, she was up there working out and she hears something like rumbling and bumping around. She go to the dryer and that lady, it was a maid. Her head and everything was just rolling around up in there. I said, oh my goodness. I felt like you come to a black ass island and you start killing off all the black people first. What is going on? Titus gone. The maid gone. And her name was Olga. Olga didn't, she didn't deserve that. She was just doing housekeeping. She was doing her job. Okay? And they did all of that right. Mind you, they had Julie up in the honeymoon suite, and that was where this man had killed his family and all that stuff. So, or his wife and everything, and he left. So that kind of was cursed or whatever. I said, why y'all put that lady up in there like that? But then, when Carla found that, and she started screaming, so of course, and then she got locked up in there. Terrell and them, they come get her out of there. We hear Julie screaming. They finally find her. They bust the tiny bed thing off, the handles off, so she can get out of there. And at this point, that's when Julie had to tell him everything. We thought we killed him, but he really wasn't dead. And I guess he's back. And they was like, ain't you, this some bullshit. So of course Terrell is pissed. He's pissed just like anybody else would be. Like, you really got us up in this shit. Like, I'm black as fucking. We don't do no shit like this. We stay away from stuff, and you pulled me into this, you know? And so they're being chased around this whole island. It was a voodoo man. Well, I don't want to say voodoo. What is his name? Mr. Brooks. He was on there, and he was basically taking different items from them, and he was just trying to, I don't think he wasn't trying to put a spell, but I think he was trying to put a protection, if you want to call it a spell, a protection spell over them. I feel like that's what it was. But when they found his stuff, they basically thought that he was the one that was doing all of this stuff, so they was turning on him, and he had to let them know, no, it's some dude named Ben Willis or whatever that did all this shit and all this stuff. And so at this point, they rolling around. They done linked up with the bartender because she feel like they coming after her because people just dropping like flies. Girl, they up in the They downstairs, you got Julie the bartender and Carla, because the guys got separated at one point. They downstairs in what looked like a little meat locker or whatever, and that's when they found all the other bodies. And then Terrell come down there and get them. They wind up going to the kitchen. Terrell gets killed in the kitchen. I said, God damn, all he wanted was a sandwich. Nigga said, I am hungry. All this ripping and running and being scared, bitch. I done worked up a damn appetite, okay? I am hungry as shit. You know? Like, can I get a sandwich? He said, yeah, you can get a sandwich and you can get a hook through the throat and pulled up through the ceiling. I said, that's bogus as hell. That is bogus as hell. All Terrell really wanted was a sandwich and some ass. He ain't want nothing else. He ain't had nothing to do with none of this shit, you know? And I was just really upset at that. So the only people that still left is you know, Will, Carla, and Julie at this point, because and the bartender lady. But see, they thought that that man had did something, Mr. Brooks had did something, but Mr. Brooks got attacked by the slicker man, and somehow the bartender lady died because I think Mr. Brooks fell on top of him and he had a spit through him and it went through her as well because Mr. Slicker Man pushed it down. I said, damn, bitch, all you was doing was trying to serve some drinks. That's it. You asked for ID too. You was trying to just serve some drinks. Why? Why? Mr. Brooks was just trying to help people because he figured it out who it was and he tried to knock that motherfucker out, but it wasn't him. You know, well, it didn't work. And so when Will came back, and Julie got him, he was acting like he was hurt because he said, it was Mr. Brooks. I tried to kill him and he tried to kill me or whatever, so I had to do what I had to do. And then she was like, oh my God, you're hurt, there's blood on you. Girl, he was like, she said, I can't find the wound. And she was like, it's because it's not my blood. Girl, that's when it was revealed the whole time that Will was Will Benson. Ben's son. I said, child, how clever. How clever. Will, this whole time, the reason why he was all up under Julie was because he was plotting and scheming for his daddy, okay? He was plotting and scheming for his daddy like a little bitch, you know? I said, child, your daddy was out here killing people and you up here mad. Your daddy killed your mama and you up here mad that, you know, somebody almost killed him, and retribution, if you want to think about it like that, because they didn't know. Like, come on. And so Mr. Slicker Man came through. Ray finally then came to the island after he done forced somebody to get on a boat, you know, at gunpoint to get the boat through. And you got Carla running. You got Ray and them coming through. Girl, Will, he didn't punch this girl in her stomach. I said, damn, y'all are just so ill. Like, really? A little old girl, a woman, somebody that ain't, she can't fight for herself. Why don't you do that to a man? Okay, do that to a man. Girl, Carla at one point had fell through the ceiling of the goddamn nursery, the greenhouse nursery. I said, damn it, bitch, if Carla died, I'm gonna be so mad. And we ain't seen nothing else from her until the very end, girl. Come to find out, Ray had finally got that baby, and they was about to kill. Girl, Ray was about to fight. He was trying to fight that man, fighting Will, okay? And they was tussling. And I guess they done took Ray out a little bit because, you know, Ray is injured. That's unfair. That's unfair as hell. The Ben Willis gonna say something. Stand him up. I said, what we finna do? What we finna do? Girl, he was about to fuck his ass up. Next thing you know, Julie said, pop, pop. He was about to stab Ray. But see, Ray moved somehow, and his son wound up getting stabbed by his own daddy's hand. And so the daddy was just like, no. I said, yes, no, yes, that's what you get, okay? Instead of teaching your son right from wrong, you out here trying to make him follow in your footsteps of being a killer? Like, who does that? That is not good parenting, okay? You get a F. Girl, next thing you know, Julie came out with the gun that Ray had and just started firing. Pop, pop, pop. Mind you, he had already had some graves digged out for Julie. And so he fell up in it. And then the water just kind of like came down on him because it was raining out there, right? And I'm sitting here like, shoot that nigga in the head. You never shot him in the head. You just shot him in the chest. And I would think at this point that he would probably have like on a vest by now. Like after everything else that happened in the first movie, you don't think he wouldn't have any type of protection because he never took that slicker off. So we don't know what he had on underneath that. He just seems like the type of person that would be prepared for anything. And they never killed him. They never shot him in the head. It was just chest areas. And he fell back and we ain't hear nothing else. Next thing you know, Carla's still alive, thank goodness. And we see that, fast forward, once they get off that island, Ray and Julie, they done got a home together. We don't know if they're married, but we know that they're living together. Ray up in there brushing his teeth. Julie getting ready for bed. Ray said, don't go to sleep because I'm finna tear that ass up. I said, I like that. You know, Jennifer Love Hewitt got a little bit of hips on her for a white girl. She hang with the sisters. Anyway, so she's sitting in there just admiring stuff. And she's in a room. Next thing she knows, she look at the teddy bear that's on the rocking chair. It was still. Then all of a sudden she hears something. And she looks over again and that chair started rocking out of nowhere. Ain't no wind in sight, baby. No wind, okay? And next thing you know, that bitch started rocking. And then she see a mirror that's sitting in front of her. And all of a sudden she looked down, baby, you see Mr. Ben Willis underneath that bed and he pulls her legs underneath. And that's how it goes out. Now, do y'all think that that was a dream or do you think that that really happened? Now, see, I feel like that really happened, but I feel like it could be a dream also, and that could be the start of a new movie. Now, see, if they could have kept it going, we could have got at least one more, you know, to see what was going to happen. And I really feel like Ray probably would have died in the third one. Julie would have survived, but Ray definitely would have died. Carla probably would have died too, but, you know, stranger things have happened, and she probably would have survived. Who knows? But all the black friends, for the most part, in the sequels have died of these horror movies. But that was I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, for the next movie corner, I want to do something that I've never seen before. I'm gonna leave that up to y'all. I'm gonna put it on my community wall, and I want y'all to put up some more movies, and we'll get into that. But you guys, thank you for watching. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful week. Okay, and I will see you guys later. Peace.